Hello children, I Madhumita ma'am welcome you all to this joy ride of maths. Now children, before we start this chapter, we don't know which chapter it is, I would like to tell you a very nice incident because this is very much related to what we are going to learn today. What happened 2 days back when I entered the class? Soham and Rohan were fighting bitterly. I asked them, "Why are you fighting so badly?" Soham told that, "Ma'am, my pencil Rohan had taken. Rohan is taking note. This is my pencil." Soham is telling, "This is my pencil because my pencil was bigger than his." So I said, "Why don't you measure? Both the pencils are looking the same. So whichever is a longer pencil, that is Soham's pencil." Then they said, "But ma'am, both are looking same." I said, "No, you have to measure to find out." So when they measured, they found out that Soham was correct. Soham's pencil was longer than Rohan's pencil. But how did they measure it? So children, that is the thing which we are going to learn today. The measuring a pencil and how the length is different from each other. And there are many more things in this next chapter, that is tenths and hundredths. Now children, you must have heard about 10 and 100. Are they same? Are they same? Is 10 is same as tenth? Can you see this? Are they same? No. Here there is no TH where there is TH over here. So definitely it must be something different. Similarly, 100 and 100th. Are they same? No. Again, there is TH in 100th. So this must be different from what we are learning in 100. So basically 10 and 100 are the place value. When we had learnt about the large numbers, you had learnt about the place value of ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, like that. So they are whole numbers. They are whole numbers because they can be represented just like one pencil, two pencils, four bags. They are called whole numbers. But what about the things which are not a whole? Can you remember? Yes, you have already studied about parts and wholes. So parts and wholes is nothing but related to this tenth and 100th only. So whole is a number which is written like this, or maybe if it is a one-digit number, it is written like this. If it is a two-digit number, it is written like this. If it is a three-digit number, it is written like this. But what about the things which are not whole, which are not whole numbers? So how do we write those numbers? So let's understand what are the 10th and 100th. Now 10th is nothing. You must be remembering about the fraction 1/10, 1/8, 1/3, 1/4. So what is the meaning of that? So when we used to tell 1/3, we used to write down 1/3 as 1 out of 3. This third is nothing but the 3 equal parts, and this 1 is nothing but 1 part out of this 3 equal part. So if I have to write down 10th is nothing but 1/10. 1/10. So if I am writing 1/10, that means 1 out of 10 parts. 10 equal part. 1 part out of 10 equal part. I can write down 2/10, I can write down 3/10, I can write down 4/10. Similarly, I will just change the numerator, but the denominator will always remain the same. That is 10 equal part, out of which how many parts we are taking? 1 part, 2 part, 3 part. That way we have to change the numerator. So did you understand? 10 is written like this, whereas 10th is written like this, 1 out of 10. So there is a difference. 10 is not same as 10th. Similarly, 100th. How do you write down 100th? So 100th, the way you are seeing over here, 10 equal parts. 100th means, yes, your guess is correct. That is 1 part out of 100 part. If I write down 100th, if I write down 200th, what will I write down? 2 part out of 100 part. If I write down 300th, I will write down 3 part out of 100 part. This is 100 equal parts, out of which one part is taken. So now you remember, tenth, hundredth are nothing but the fraction out of which we have taken 1/10 and 1/100th. Now children, I was just talking about the length of the pencil. Now you can see on the figure. Here you can see a pencil over here, and this pencil is measured from with the help of a scale. Why do we take a scale? And what is the use of a scale? You must have seen this is a scale. You must have been using it for a long time. But what are the two markings of this? So here you can see that one side is here with a small marking, where the other side is with a bigger marking. The side which is having the smaller marking is the centimeter side, and the side which is having the longer markings, that is the inch side. This is a bigger scale. You must be using the smaller scale. The bigger scale has 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter up to 30 centimeter. And the smaller scales, they have length up to 15 centimeter. So what is centimeter again? Centimeter is nothing but the unit with which we measure the length of anything. Centimeter is a smaller unit. And if something is very small, we use millimeter. So what do we use when you are using, like when we are measuring the larger distance? The kilometer, meter, they are used for the longer distance. So when we tell that my house is 3 kilometers from this place, my school is 5 kilometers from my house. So what is the meaning of that? That means the distance is measured in kilometer. So similarly, here we are measuring the distance of the pencil from the starting point to the ending point. Can you see this? Now this is the length of the pencil which Mohini wants to measure. Now she has kept the pencil and she is guessing, is the pencil more than 3 centimeter? So let's find out whether the pencil is more than 3 centimeter or not. Now children, it's very important for you to understand how to measure with the help of the scale. And how do we tell that measurement in centimeter, millimeter? Just now I told you, if it is a bigger distance, we'll measure it in centimeter. If it is very small distance, we will measure it in millimeter. So now let me show you how a scale looks like. So this is basically a scale. Let's take this as a scale. Now this starts from, just now I told you, this starts from a marking called zero marking. It is never written on the scale, but whenever we are measuring, we have to do that, because this zero marking is very important so that we do not make mistake. So 0, after that you can see small markings, 1, 2, 3, 4, then another big marking, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then another big marking, then 1 is written. Okay, then 1 is written. And again after that 1, 2, 3, 4 small marking, then so on, 2 written, 3 written, 4 written. If our a smaller scale, this is 15 centimeter. If it is a bigger scale, it is 30 centimeter. Now you can see that how to measure the pencil. Here the pencil is kept at the 0 marking. So we will put the pencil at 0 marking. Then we will put the pencil and we'll see how long it is going. So it is coming up to this length. Okay. So now you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The tip of the pencil is somewhere lying between 3 centimeter and 4 centimeter. So if I tell the length of the pencil is 3 centimeter, it is wrong because it is more than 3 centimeter. If I am telling the length of the pencil is 4 centimeter, again wrong because it is not touching 4 centimeter. So how we are going to measure it? So should I write down 3 centimeter and 6 parts or 6 lines? Should I write down like this? No, it will be wrong because there is something called millimeter. Each of these small lines are nothing but 1 millimeter. That is 1 part out of 10 equal parts. 1 part out of 10 equal parts. That means 1 centimeter has been divided into 10 millimeter. So each millimeter is nothing but this one simple line. So when I'm telling that this is the length of the pencil, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 lines means 6 small lines means 6 millimeter. So what is the length of the pencil now? 3 centimeter, 6 millimeter. 3 centimeter and 6 millimeter. 1 centimeter has 10 equal parts. So 1/10 of the centimeter is called 1 millimeter, which can be written as 1 millimeter is equals to 1/10 of the centimeter. Now you understood what is the use of tenth. Now you must be wondering, what is this small length? Millimeter is so small. What is the point of measuring this? Now children, you must have watched sports events, Olympics, the running race, the swimming race, every race. Even the smaller time than this 1/10 is always calculated. So the medal depends on this fraction of seconds, fraction of time. So it is very important for us to understand the value of this small quantity. Okay, so 1 millimeter is equals to 1/10 of a centimeter. How do we write down in decimal then? It's very simple. Now 1 has got 1 0. So what we can do, we can write down this. First of all, there is no whole number here. There is no whole number here. It's a fraction number. So when there is no whole number, we can write down as the whole number as 0. When there is nothing, it is 0. So how we are going to write down 1/10 in decimal. So just see this. If there is only 1 0, 1 has got 1 0, this 0 we can put as point. This is decimal point, and this 1 can be written as 1. So 1/10 of the centimeter is nothing but 0.1 centimeter. 0.1 centimeter. So 1 millimeter is equals to 1/10 of the centimeter or 0.1 centimeter. Now you understood what is this tenth and what is this millimeter is all about. So let's go to the next one. Now what is the length of the given pencil? What is the length in centimeter? Now let's measure this pencil. Now this pencil is a very small pencil. So let's measure it. It is covering 1 small line, 2 small line, 3 small line, 4 small line, 5 small line and 6 small lines. So 6 small lines between the centimeter is what? Just now I told you 1 small line is 1 millimeter. So 6 small lines means 6 millimeter. So how we are going to write down it in centimeter? So 6 millimeter. Just now we found out that it is nothing but 6 part out of 10 parts. So that is 6 out of 10 centimeter. And just now I told you how to convert it also. So there is no whole number. For that we will write down 0 as the whole number. And 6 by 10 is nothing but 0.6 centimeter. So what is the length of this small pencil? It is 0.6 centimeter. Now let's go to the next example. Let's find out the length of this comb. Now you can see this comb is kept from 0 marking and it is ending at somewhere in between 5 and 6. So let's count what are the distance between 5 and 6. So let's see how many small lines are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 small lines between 5 and 5. There is a marking here 5.5. So 4 small lines. So total 5 centimeter and 4 millimeter. Again, how do we write down now 5 centimeter, 4 millimeter? To write down this 5 centimeter, 4 millimeter. So 5 centimeter is a whole number because we can measure it without any problem. So 5 is the whole number. Now we have to calculate the smaller distance, the small lines in between. So 4 millimeter is equals to 4 by 10 centimeter or 0.4 centimeter. So we can write down this whole thing as 5.4 centimeter. Now you understood how how easy it is to measure anything you are having. I'll show you one more example with this scale. Let's see this. This is a small matchbox and I will show you how to measure this matchbox. Now let's keep it. You can either you can keep it like this or you can just keep it like this and take a marking on your paper. On your paper or any surface you can keep just like this, and let's measure it. This is starting from here, then starting from here. We just put two small lines. Then we can measure this as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can see that this is covering 4, and between how many small lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 4 centimeter, 7 millimeter. The length of this matchbox is 4 centimeter, 7 millimeter. So can we tell it in centimeter? Yes, very good. It is 4.7 centimeter. Now you understood how to measure. Now let's go to the next example where something wrong has happened. Now let's see what is that wrong thing has happened. Now you can see this windy, the length of this lady finger. The length of this lady's finger is 8 centimeter and 3 millimeter it is written. But let's find out whether it is correct or not. Because from the marking you can see that it is ending at 9.3. So why it is written as 8 centimeter and 3 millimeter? Yes, children, this is very important. The time I told you just now, zero marking is very important. But if you are measuring something which is not starting from 0, then how to find out the length? Are we going to take the last length which it is showing? No, it will be completely wrong. So let's see now. Now you can see this bhindi starting from 1. So let's find out how much distance it is covering. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. It is written as 9.3 centimeter. But this is not there. So this length is not there. So what are we going to do? We are going to subtract. We are going to subtract this length because we are not starting from 0. So how can we take that? So 9.3 minus this 1 centimeter was not the length of the bhindi. So we can write down as 9.3 minus 1 is equals to 8.3 centimeter. I'll show you some more examples with like this. So let's see now. Now let's see this pencil. Now I'm going to keep something which is starting from, let's say 2 centimeter. Let's say I'm going to take a pencil which is starting from 2 centimeter. Because we are starting from 2 centimeter, this is, let's say 5 centimeter. So am I going to tell that the length of the pencil is 5 centimeter? No, it will be completely wrong because we are not taking care of this length which is not there at all. So the length of the pencil will be the final length, that is 5 centimeter, and the length from which it is starting, that is 2 centimeter. 5 centimeter minus 2 centimeter, which is equals to 3 centimeter. We can manually also check how much distance it is covering. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, then 3 centimeter. So rather than finding out like this, you can always calculate and make it little easier. Understood? I'll give you another example. Now let's take the length of, let's take one big cardboard box, which we are measuring with the help of a inch tape. I have got this is called a measuring tape. This is called a measuring tape. You must have seen this in the tailor shop. They always measure with the help of this tape to take the exact measurement of your pant, shirt to stitch it. So this is very important in daily life. Everything, whatever we are doing, it depends everything on this measurement. So whether you want to fit your sofa in a room or your pencil in a box, it all depends on the guessing of whether it can fit or not. So if I am going to take this So let's take this, I will show you this only, this duster. So when I'm starting from 0, the length of this duster is exactly 6 centimeter. The length of this duster is exactly 6 centimeter. But if I'm starting, let's say from the marking 6. So should I tell that if it is ending at 12, the length of the duster is 12 centimeter? No. Then it will be completely wrong. So just now I told you what you can do. You can take the final marking of 12 and the starting marking of 6. So 12 minus 6. What is that answer? Yes, it is 6 centimeter only. So if I change it to 10 centimeter starting and 16 centimeter ending, again the final marking from the starting marking, that is 16 centimeter minus 10 centimeter is equals to 6 centimeter. So now you understood how important it is to find out from where you are starting. From where you are starting when you are taking the measurement of anything. Otherwise, the measurement can go completely wrong. Now let's go to the next one. Wow, frogs. I really don't like frogs, but let's see the interesting fact about these frogs. What are these frogs doing over here? Now, gold frog is among the smallest in the world. Its length is only 0.9 centimeter. So, and the bullfrog, the bigger one, is among the biggest frog and it is 30.5 centimeter. So you can see from this scale only 0.9 centimeter how small it is. 0.9 centimeter, maybe not more than my fingernail, because it is so small that it can fit into your fingernail. And what is that biggest frog size? Now this scale is 30 centimeters. If I add little bit of extra, it will be 30.5 centimeter. So one frog is this big and one frog is this small. So isn't it the nature is so wonderful? There is so big frogs also and there is so small frogs also. So now you would know that what does 0.9 centimeter mean? It is the same as, yes, your guess is correct. It is the same as 9 millimeter, because 0.9 centimeter is nothing but 9 millimeters. And we can also tell this as 9/10 of a centimeter. That is 9 part out of 10 parts. So 30.5 centimeter is same as dash centimeter and dash millimeter. Yes, your guess is correct. The answer is 30 centimeter and 5 millimeter, because 30 is the whole number here and 0.5 centimeter is the fraction part or the decimal part of it. So now let's go to the next question about how many of the big frogs will fit on the 1 meter scale. Now what is this 1 meter again? Again we came back to another unit. This is also a unit of measuring the length. 1 meter is used when we are measuring the bigger length. So 1 meter, let's see how many big frogs can fit into this 1 meter scale. So 1 meter is nothing but 100 centimeter. It is 100 centimeter. So let's find out what is the length of one big frog. So length of one big frog. Length of one big frog. Just now we are reading that it is 30.5 centimeter. So now we have to find out how many big frogs can fit into this 1 meter scale. So one big frog equals to 30.5. So if I'll put two big frogs, then it will be plus 30.5. Then if I'll put another big frog, it will be another 30.5. So let's find out how many big frogs we can fit. So this is 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 15, 1 here and 91.5 centimeter. So if I'll add one more frog, it will be more than 100 or it will fit into 100. Let's see, 91.5 plus 30.5. No. It is not going to be fit into this scale. So let's find out. This is it is 120 centimeter, but we have got a scale which is 100 centimeter. So how many frogs can fit into this? 30.5 one frog, 30.5 second frog, and 30.5 third frog, and little bit of length will be left. So total 3 big frogs can be fit into this 1 meter scale. Now let's go to the next question. This question is about the small frogs. Now if they sit in a straight line, how many small frogs will fit into this 1 meter scale? For that, we have to know the length of one small frog. Now length of one small frog is equals to 0.9 centimeter. So 0.9 centimeter is nothing but 9 millimeter. Just now we had discussed 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter and 0.9 centimeter is equals to 9 millimeter. So now we have to find out how many small frogs can line up in this 1 meter scale. 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So let's find out 100 centimeter is equals to how many millimeter? So 100 centimeter is equals to 100 into 10, that is 1000 millimeter. So each 1 meter scale is equals to 100 centimeter, which is equals to 1000 millimeter. So in this 1000 millimeter, how many 9 millimeter frogs will fit? What to do? Which operation we should go for? Yes, correct. We will go for division. The bigger length is 1000 millimeter and smaller length is 9 millimeter. So we will divide 1000 divided by 9. So let's find out here what is 1000 divided by 9. So let's now see 1000 divided by 9. So 9 ones are 9. Again 9 ones are 9. Again 9 ones are 9. That is the end of our division because there is no more zero. So we cannot bring more zeros. So how many frogs will fit? There will be 111 frogs will fit into this 1 meter scale and 1 centimeter will be left. Then 1 centimeter will be left. So the total length, 1 millimeter will be left. 111 frogs. Now you understood how to calculate this. Now let's go to the next question. Here you just have to guess. First color, the rods are shown without measuring. Then you have to check whether your guessing is correct or not. Just now you came to know about the smaller length should be measured in millimeter and little bit of bigger length should measure in centimeter. So here lot of rods are given of different length. So you have to guess rod of length which is less than 1 centimeter should be colored in red. Rods of length between 1 centimeter and 2 centimeter should be colored in blue. And rods of length between 2 centimeter and 3 centimeter should be colored in green. And rods of length between 3 centimeter and 4 centimeter has to be colored in orange. Now your guesswork will come into rescue. So I'll just give you one small example, like just a hint how you can guess. Now you know that rods of length which is less than 1 centimeter will be very small. So you have to see from here which are the smallest one. Which are the smallest one. So here you can see that only one we can find out which might be less than 1 centimeter. So you can color it with red color. You can color it with red color. Then you have to find out the next length by guessing which are the ones which can be between 1 centimeter and 2 centimeter. So just see here and find out what maybe your guess can be correct also. Your guess might go wrong also. So just see whether you can do it or not. Just have loads of fun doing it. Children, I hope in this part you understood the difference between tens and tenth and the difference between 100 and hundredth. 10 and 100 are whole numbers, whereas tenth and hundredths are parts. They are the parts of whole. I hope you understood this and you will enjoy doing this activity. And let's learn something more about tenths and hundredths in the next part. Thank you.